to the BrainJerk studio for episode 30 of the Pillar Talk. I'm here with, turn my mic up a little bit.
Okay.
Or my speakers. Yeah, I'm here with 4-time Stanley Cup champion fucking Darren McCarty in this motherfucker.
That's what it's all about, baby.
What's-
When I say that you see Dmac, Darren McCarty brand, it's not about, don't tell me what, tell me who. And
Yeah.
BrainJerk fellas, pillars of the community, I'm honored to be here.
Yeah.
But the reason we're sitting here in the studio face-to-face, enjoying some of, actually, I think that's some Rude Boy. Yeah,
That's
we
pretty
grew
good.
out-
I like
this
it.
Is, that's
Yeah.
where we grew outdoor in Michigan. So just happy to be here, guys. Love everything you're doing, and you know this is what it's all about.
Yeah, dude.
This is the who, bro. So I pray. Hey,
Thank you so much, bro.
Much love to both of you.
Hell yeah.
I first off, I got a comment on your shirt, bro.
Thank you.
It's he's got this Konstantinov, and it doesn't even, if you didn't see, you don't speak Russian there, bro. So
No.
it's okay, or read it. So I knew that it was you called him out on it because
Yeah.
it's in Russian. It
No,
says
he walked away to
Konstantinov.
go get you, and I was like, that don't say Konstantinov.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it did.
It sure does.
And it's old school.
Dude, I seen you. I didn't even know you played hockey. The way I seen you do comedy at the fucking Golden Nugget.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then everybody had to tell me, dude, he's won
Do you know who
fucking
that
Stanley
guy is?
Cups, dude. And then we researched you, and I watched a 2-hour video of you beating people up.
That was back in the day. Yeah. That was another lifetime one I obviously loved and enjoyed. But I love and enjoy what I'm doing now too.
Yeah,
And
let us know what you're doing now.
Well, I got so much going on. Obviously, let me start with, if you want to. If you're on social media, at Real Darren McCarty with the blue check marks on Instagram and Facebook, that's me. And
you're verified.
I'm verified. Yeah, exactly. Took a while. I think I'm on Grind Time Dmac 25 on Twitter. I'm not really on there that much. The best part is, I have some really trusted team behind me. You know what I mean? I'm was
Teamwork
built
makes the
by-
dream work.
That's it. I'm meek, and meek means not weak. Meek means tell me what the goal is, what's my role, and that's moving. And I can't be more proud of the team that I have around me. And the best thing is that I know what I'm good at. I know what I love. This is what I love.
Yep.
I always say I'm a battery. People are my power, and
Yep.
it's what you guys are trying to do here with the BrainJerk Entertainment, which means bring everybody together, no matter what it is.
Yep.
And like I just said, so you start with that. I got the Darren McCarty brand, obviously the cannabis brand. I got pre-rolls out, and
And they're good too.
well, I appreciate that, and it's stuff that so it's by Pincana. So when you see Darren McCarty brand in the tubes and stuff, and we're coming out with a CBD roll-on in next week, which is Thanksgiving week, which is a game changer.
Is it that
too.
close?
Yeah.
Yes. I had Thanksgiving dinner last night too. Yes.
You should always have Thanksgiving dinner.
Right.
So between that and the brand, and it's just preaching the education, the two big things, like the trademark sayings or whatever. If like I always loved The Rock, and if you smell what The Rock is cooking or
Yep.
something. So with me, it's don't tell me what, tell me who, and get educated, get medicated. And it's about the thing that, if you know my story, I come from alcohol and pills and insomnia, and it took me. I just celebrated 5 years sobriety of real sobriety, and really I was on as much as I defended. You saw me.
I used weed to get off of pain pill. I got in an accident in 2018, got burnt up real bad and feeling. So I started smoking weed and taking CBD and THC pills, and it got me all the way off of medication, everything. I got PTSD and everything right now. And all I do is smoke weed. I mean,
that plant thing is the CBD is in Michigan. I can send it, mail it to you,
Right.
in Ohio or in Canada or whatever. So the health and benefits of the plant, like one of the things with your PTSD in the CBD, there's the Delta 9,
Yep.
right? So they have actually gummies out right now, and this is one that I turn people towards with PTSD because it's education that's come from some of the soldiers and guys that they've used, and it's a CBD gummy. So it's whether finding that Delta 9. Now, when I talk to everybody, the easiest thing to talk about of CBDs is full spectrum, right? So wherever you're getting it, don't get broad, don't get anything but full spectrum. So no matter where you get it from, and I mean, don't get it from a gas station, but if you did and it's full spectrum, well, then it's probably better than, you know, something else. But again, it goes down to don't tell me what, tell me who, because if I send you to somebody, then that's pretty much I've blessed you. You don't have to worry about it. Your journey, like you talked about. So now you can.
Up to, I have all this. I have a brain injury. I have all this that I got to.
Well, here's the thing, bro. You know what the brilliance is? Is now, like the millennial age, right? No matter what you want to say, what they've given us, especially in the cannabis, is transparency. And it doesn't matter, we're talking about politics, celebrities, anything in life. Cannabis got along there because it's transparency and it's about the truth. So all the studies come out and we know now, so we're backed by studies. Oh, and you know what else? Now, right, the hemp or two, where we're fighting the one front and the Soviets are coming in the other. Well, we're going to crush these Germans.
And it's biodegradable.
Dude, that's what I'm saying is that so there's so much benefit that, and let's not look at all the stuff we've lost in the last 100 years. Let's look at the stuff that how quickly we can gain. And at least people, it's about, at the end of the day, guys, it's about, I ask you, do you know you have an option? The minute you tell me yes, I move on, because it's about me telling you you have the option. Do you know you have the option? You say no, and then I explain to you you have an endocannabinoid system, and this is why. And then you say, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? And you keep asking, what do you mean by that? And I'm here all day. I'm not here to argue. I'm done arguing with anybody. You go off. It's like I said to you guys before. I said, I do not give a flying fuck what anybody does. Just know that if you're not doing what I'm doing, don't do it near me. Because I will kick the living shit out of you if the people around me don't get you first. Because it's for the people that are in the dark, for the people that want to do the work, right? That's the great thing about this plant. You got to go on your own journey, bro. You got to go on your own journey. And it's the common sense plant. So if it makes common sense, then it does. Endocannabinoid system, anything with a spine. This plant is for this. Food processor. Your responsibility is to be knowledgeable to see what you're getting in, right? Then you get into, if you want to go to sleep, well, you don't take the stuff that keeps you up. You take the stuff that puts you down. If you're an insomniac like myself, then you get into the CBNs. Well, what's the CBN? Well, it's a whole education. It's a component of the CBD that is the sedative, which means it works for the sleep. Yeah.
For real?
For real, swear to God. And here's the thing with that. It's not like an edible or CBD where you get tired and you sort of got to wait it out. It's got 2 levels. It'll take the bear down and it'll put the bear to sleep. 2 different levels. It's amazing, dude.
You're talking to a guy that struggles with a little bit of night terrors and insomnia too, man. I'm so CBN.
CBN.
I'm about to buy every bit I could find.
CBN, and that's the newest. And there's so if you know the CBD, so the CBN is the sedative. It's part of it. The CBG is the digestion, respiration, stuff like that. So when you can look for that full spectrum, what it is. And I don't know how it works in Ohio, but I know it works in Michigan, that there are.
I'm from Michigan.
All right. Yep. So in Livonia on 6 or 7 Mile, it's called the CBD store, right? I send everybody there that is around because they're the most educated on CBD, and we talk a lot, and I see them out and about. There's also different things, but if you go to any one of these, like if you're in Hazel Park, Michigan, and you go to Breeze, which is a recreational one, that's the one where the Darren McCarty brand's in. So anywhere you see the Darren McCarty brand or I'm affiliated, that's where I want people to look. I back them. You know what I mean? They're my team. I speak for them. So that's the one thing is I want people when they see the brand or we're gonna have. I got different ideas as far as brand and ideas, but it's just sort of like it's almost like the bat signal just to make it easier. So when people from Ohio, when hopefully the world sort of opens up again and we're able to go to cups and go to gatherings and do all this stuff, then people know where they want to go and where they want to get educated or spend their money or feel safe. I mean, now I look at it like this, right? They've given us a spot at the table, right, with a game piece in the game. Do not complain because you want to play Monopoly and they're playing Clue. You have to realize patience and resilience. You live like the plant. They'll eventually get bored in the bad. And who is with you on, you know, like, sir, it's like anything else. Who are the ones that are just strictly in it for money? You know, if that's what you're for, then you should go for that. For me, no, that's not the motivation, never has been. It's my motivation is so nobody ever has to get to the point that I did because they won't come back.
Well, dude, you already helped me by talking about you don't take no sleep meds at all?
No, dude, no, I haven't said, dude.
You fuck with the CBNs.
Yeah,
you sleep at night.
Yeah, and I smoke huge indica, but yeah. But oh, absolutely. No, I do not take anything. I just, bro, I'm so sick. I'll drink coffee before I go to bed right now because I can shut myself down. You know what I'm saying? Where I lay in the pillow, and the greatest thing is I know that I'm, you know, I won't lay down because I know I'll be asleep. It's totally opposite. I will not lay down because I'll know I'll be asleep in 3 minutes. So I will stay in my chair or up or whatever because the minute I, like, and it's so opposite of what it used to be.
Coffee makes me sleepy.
Yeah, but it's so opposite. Of, but that's knowing your system, right? The best thing is just to be honest and true with you, with yourself. Yep. You know, and where do you want to be, and what is it, and what do you want to do? I was telling you about my boy Chris up north, my northern guy, Chris. He's because so the CBN and stuff like that. I'll get you some.
That's good.
And so you can try, but that's what you want to look for, or have that conversation wherever, you know, you go into a place and they should know. And especially because everybody's educated and everybody, it's not the Wild West or, you know, like it used to be if you drive down 8 Mile 5 years ago, you know, if you wanted to go buy a pound of weed on 8 Mile and walk into a dispensary, you could do it, right? Now we're not playing that game no more. Now, I mean, that game's out there if you need the weight and stuff, but it's never going to go away. But we're talking about how do we help people and put them on their own journey that are sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yep.
Or educate the younger generation, which is
I got a lot of doctors that I go to. I see doctors monthly still to this day, and they all wish that they would have been a supporter of marijuana, CBD, all this stuff, because my case manager, she's a cancer survivor, and that's what she said. She wishes she would have started with CBD because it's working so much better and not making her feel like she's dying.
Right. Okay. So here's the thing, right? We can go back and to me, I look at myself as a field medic, right? Where I'm about the now and what's going on or whatever. The fact that it doesn't. So to make those change, that's sort of like the government or above. But the fact that the doctors are saying that, and the fact that if they will, it's one thing to say it, but it's two things to do it or to be open to that conversation, because that's the progress. Don't get mad that you didn't know the information. It goes down to the conversation we had before.
Yep.
I'm not going to get mad that when I played that the opioids and you get, that's what led me finally to weed, is because after I didn't smoke till I was 27. I had a sports hernia surgery injury, and the pills, and I was going crazy. My buddy finally got me to smoke, and my body just went. And I was like, wait, now I'm fucked up.
What is this?
Thank God I'd won a couple cups and I could freaking back and forth. But I knew that later in life, like, it would be a part of it, but not until I didn't know that it would be save my life through Rick Simpson oil and all that stuff, and through the CBDs. And it's just, you know, like you said, it's just to help you get through life. Like without this plant, with this plant, it helps me. And being an alcoholic, trust me, I live by the principles of AA, right? The steps and stuff like that, except there's one part. I have a garden in my program, right? Whereas that's the big thing with having the meetings. And I know there's more people like me, because the thing that I fought all the time throughout not being able to make sobriety stick is because I didn't have that natural release or the understanding. And that's what this plant has given me. It's given me the ability to face life on life's terms, but also let my body get better. Dude, I'm in better shape, like not cardiovascularly, obviously. I smoke like I smoke a half a friggin' ounce a day, so I mean it doesn't.
Right.
But I'm saying, like, my blood work, my, you know, just my blood pressure, my everything, my health, and you know, my hair is growing. That's why I won't cut it. I got this skull
super mullet,
whatever.
Said skull hawk,
whatever.
I had that haircut a few months ago.
I know, and then like you notice, and I can grow this thing like that, and I'll get away with it. See, you can tell how long, like, my wife's been busy too, so we haven't seen each other that much. Right. So you can tell, like,
the more rattier, the longer she's been gone. Yeah,
exactly. 'Cause she's not taking care of me. But no, again, it's just like the conversation. I want everybody to, and it's and if you want to do. I'm not the moral police.
Right.
Like, do your thing.
Yeah.
Just we're going to be doing this over here, and we're going to be learning and educating so we can pass it on down the line. Because just like I was told, is that now I know the secret. It's my responsibility what I do with it. Well, I got to tell everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I have to. I can't.
You
sit
gave
on
me
it.
a reason to research some shit tonight before I go to bed.
And that's the best thing. Look into it and why. And I'll give you, because that's the whole thing. That's what, also I have Grind Time with Darren McCarty, which is on hiatus right now. And we're getting ready to revamp in the new year. It's just been busy, concentrating on the cannabis line and stuff like this. But the one thing, with Grind Time with Darren McCarty, if you say what it's about the why. Out of anything, I want to know why. Right, because I've already placed the who.
Yep.
Right, I figured out the what. Right, the who's there, and I got to know the why.
Yeah,
why is that? Because it makes you tick. Because that's the more understanding that I have as Darren McCarty, the person of who he is, not Darren McCarty who is everybody else.
When you
That's
say
the
why,
longest-
that's when you get a deeper conversation.
But it's and then you get to know people, and you know what, guys? You know why we're having this conversation is because. The one thing we belong to, and it comes along with Canada, is you have compassion for fellow human beings.
Yeah.
Right? You have compassion for fellow human beings, and that's the one thing is like I've been through so much things, but there's still things I haven't been through. Yep. So I want to learn so I can not only empathize, but also get people to understand that, yeah, dude, it might have been pills, it might have been heroin, it might have been this or that, but there's all something, but it doesn't make us who we are if we want to do the work. That's the whole thing.
Yep. And you're not alone. We all go through this.
And that's the biggest. That's the biggest one right there.
Yep.
Is why we always make noise. And you're not alone. And then when you're ready, right? If you're not ready now, because it took me a while. I mean, even like spiritually, mentally, I was ready for about a year, but physically, like I would get sick if I didn't drink, not when I drank. So it had to get to a point where it was bad, but so somebody who's out there, just know that there's some place you can keep listening to, or a place you can reach out, or, things like that.
You can stop it. And you can prosper.
All right, talk about this delicious tarantula, and let's just talk. See, I judge
BrainJerk Labs.
Any of the. I'm actually. I feel like
a connoisseur.
No. I judge all the any of the cups in Michigan, right?
So
that's dope.
One of those
I get it comes across, and I usually judge the hybrid flowers and the concentrates and the edibles and stuff like that. So it's always like. So who is this? The
BrainJerk.
BrainJerk Labs.
BrainJerk. Dude, Dmac gives you like a solid 9 because
that's fucking dope, bro.
You look at the way that great burn and stuff like that, but it's always the hard part in a tarantula is depending on how you wax it into the burn. But the keef is look at how distributed, and you look at the burn because you don't want it to snake. So, bro, that as far as the entry. You got the stuff, bro, and
hell yeah, bro. BrainJerk got shouted out by Dmac, bro.
Yep, BrainJerk, Dmac approved.
That's sweet.
I don't know where you got them. Haven't seen them. Get a hold of the BrainJerk, and you know what? I would say once this gets back going and we have a big sort of get together party of so everybody gets to meet. It's one thing that you love too, and. It sort of goes back to what COVID's all about. You know what? Nobody's got a playbook. Let's figure it out, and you surround it. And when you get good people figuring it out, so you're connecting, and there's like people that you've made connections with that you haven't met yet, but and stuff like that. You feel like and it's like when it opens up, it's like, hey, oh yeah, dude, I heard you were talking about on there, and because then everybody else gets to know the who. You introduce my who to your who. Then you got hoo-hoo.
A whole bunch of hoo-hoo going on.
We all love hoo-hoo.
Yeah.
And everybody loves hoo-hoos.
Yeah. Without COVID, we wouldn't have started this.
Not right now.
But But you see the brilliance, and I was talking about that Talking Shop of Mania with whatever. They got fired from WWE, and if without COVID sitting around, this was just something that like Gallows always wanted to do, and he makes his buddy do it, and now it's blown up, and it's literally like the wrestling. You know what's the like Naked Guns or whatever, like it's just a spoof with all the old wrestlings. And what I love about seeing things like that or hearing podcasts is who fucks with who. Like this guy, you know what I mean? Oh, if he's interviewing like Chris Jericho, right? So he's a buddy of mine, and he's like probably one of the he's getting to where The Rock, you know, was, and like he's the GOAT and everything like that. But it's just the way he transforms himself, but it's the connection and I love to see who he talks with, because great to watch him as the wrestler. That's sort of the show. But who do you fuck with? You know, who's it's like I tell everybody when you see there's one thing is when I'm in business mode, it's got the license by Pinkana, right? But when you see like these Darren McCarty jerseys and I'll get you the information because I don't have it, because I just actually, this is the first one, they just came out. Yep. But they have, it's not the what, it's the who, because that's the whole thing, right? So when I see, and the whole thing is like, if you see somebody with the tag on or the shirt on, no matter what you are, you're from Ohio, you're walking around Michigan, you're not wearing a shirt, but you see somebody wearing a shirt, well, you know you have a connection somewhere, and it's a little bit deeper than just wearing like a Bon Jovi shirt or even deeper than even both wearing a Walleyes jersey. Although that's really cool when you see two Walleyes jerseys in Florida.
I got a Vipers jersey.
Or
still.
you are a jersey.
I wear all my.
I got those two, and then I got a Tom Brady and I got a Barry Sanders reversible from I had when I was like 5 years old.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't have any more jerseys.
No.
My grandma has them all.
Oh, but you like the jersey.
I'm sure she's got your jersey and your autograph.
I love it.
If I had to bet, I would bet on it.
Right.
What I do is when I would go to biker parties and stuff, I would bring all the shit that it was local businesses like Nancy and Scarlett. I worked in their haunted house for like 7 years, and I just would wear their shit out to biker parties in middle of Tennessee. They're like, "What's this?" You know, the dude was making shirts and shit. He got them to look them up and everything like that.
Absolutely. And I got a band Grinder that we fired back up, and COVID sort of
back.
Yeah,
we had somebody asking.
We're ready to go again. It's just when we were supposed to play Arts Beats and Eats, but then COVID and stuff. But the boys are ready. I mean,
boys are back in town.
Boys are back in town, baby. And doing the comedy and stuff like that. It's one of those things that dude. I'm an entertainer. I know I'm an entertainer. I love people, right? I love the microphone. I'm in front of the camera guy, right? Turn the camera on, give me the mic, whatever, like tell me, let's go. Yeah. Right? I'm not the behind the camera computer, like that shit frustrates me. I carry two phones because for the data, because it gets frustrating for me. It just it's more routine. It's more of the continuation of how I like things done. So I'm able to keep my schedule and to keep everything copacetic. I'm not smart enough to put it all in one.
I can't either, dude.
Or trust myself because I break these like a motherfucker, bro. Like look at the crack down the center. Like that's not just a weak crack. That's a legit crack.
Yeah, my phone's fucking retarded for what I do right now.
I get out of the truck and drops on the ground. That type of
shit.
Well, I think we all do.
I got a sturdy one, sturdy case.
That's good.
Sturdy phone.
No, but
you gotta have them cases.
At the end of the day, it's no matter what, we're all. We're more alike than
we're all living, we're all breathing, we're all pumping blood. That's what's happened.
We all seen our shit, right? We all get to a point, that's the thing is when you're done chasing your tail or you want something different, we're over here. You want to be a person with pure intentions, and you want to come around and ask what do you mean by that? I've
also been researching how psychedelics help PTSD and stuff like that. I got a traumatic brain injury, and I'm trying to use psychedelics.
He smashed a motorcycle in the back of.
Let me. You know what? I will.
I was the Terminator, bro.
Oh no shit, dude.
Yeah, I was on fire.
Wow. So Scott Parker, tough guy from Colorado, who's a great friend and stuff, and he's gone through all that, and he's one that I'll connect you with. because you can have a conversation just because of what he's been through. He's a fucking.
I would like to hear the story of redemption.
He's a biker guy too, bro.
Hell yeah.
And dude, he's that's the one thing is that, you know, just a little bit that what we have planned, whereas taking care of each other, is that we got some stuff in the hopper where, you know, a lot of us are sick and tired of, you know, watching the way that it is. And my dad always said, if you don't like it, change it. So we're, you know, let's just say that, you know, our influence on how to do things was more Hell's Angels-ish than anything else, as far as the, you know, the chapters, the 1%ers, you know, the in good, out good, out bad.
I got the mini bike mafia.
Nice.
That's mine.
I love. Is it?
Yep.
Right on. Maybe, hey, that's it. Affiliation.
Yep. Mini bike mafia, dude.
Well, I think ours is OSB. Old saggy balls.
Old saggy balls.
Yeah,
I
old
like
saggy
it, dude.
ball.
I'll put an OSB patch under it.
That's it. You know what? I'll give you one.
That's awesome.
When we get them made, you know how you have the affiliate badges and all that.
I'm thinking about. I got a nice 1983 old Chevy Silverado, little C10.
Oh, nice.
Single cab. I'm gonna
that was
sell
really
it.
good, by the way.
Branco.
Yeah.
Branco.
I'm gonna see if I can fucking I'm gonna make a trike. I'm gonna sell that truck and make a trike. Because what I did, I wrecked that bike. My insurance gave me the money for the bike.
Yeah.
I didn't lose not a fucking cent on that bike.
Wow.
And I ate a van.
You know, you lost a few cents.
Oh, I lost. Yeah. Not a cent of money. So, you know, and then I bought a truck. We went to Georgia, and my dad did. I was still in the hospital. He went to Georgia and bought me I paid for it, but he bought me a truck because I was like, Dad, I need to have a toy in my pocket because that's always going to be money for another toy, you know. And now I want to trike.
Bro, I catch with you. So, long story short, I don't have any brothers, but I have two cousins. I'm the oldest of three. One 6 months and then a year. The year younger, bro. I'm looking at you. I'm gonna try to pull a picture up of you. His name's Robbie McMurrin, and he lives in Waterloo. He fucking grows some fucking wicked ass weed, but he's fucking like your size. Fucking, he played offensive lineman at Waterloo. He's their Waterloo.
Me too, bro.
Strength
Me
and
too.
conditioning coach. If I can find a picture, bro, you just saw it. That's what it is. The same sort of demeanor, same sort of.
Yep.
I love it.
Oh, dude, I just love everything. The
same soul.
Well, the appreciation, right?
Yep. I appreciate life. I got a different look at it. You know, I see it differently. So.
But you know what? It almost cost me my life to want to fight. You know, and that's the whole thing.
And that story of redemption is great because look, you're still doing great shit.
Absolutely.
And, you know, you had a struggle and you got over it. That story of redemption is what people want to hear.
It's like I always say. Dude, as long as you don't quit. Right, always stay fighting and always know. Then you'll get sick and tired of being sick and tired, and there is a way out.
It kind of sounds like you've been in here before. You know, I mean, like I say these things all the time too, don't I?
Yeah, oh yeah. we
it's funny.
Yeah, and honestly, he's a really good help he's one of my personal therapists when I come here and I'm freaking out and shit like that. So
perspective, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing: is that's the who. That's your who. You know what we all need. And we all have that. Is the you know, I always say you can't choose your blood, but choose your family, and that's what the Grind Time family is all about. That's you know that's what I call it, the Grind Time family. And when you know it's there's one thing that's required, it's pure intentions. You know, is you got pure intentions, because that means that if we disagree it's not because of anything selfish or anything other than that. It's we can get through it, right? So, you know, I have a saying that I learned. I didn't learn a long time ago, because then I wouldn't have been in some positions I was in. But I learned it recently, but not in the distance. And it's friends of mine, friends of ours, friends of theirs, right? And you can never move. You can always go backwards. You can move forward, but once you move backwards, you can never. Sorry about that.
You're good.
You can move forward, but once you move backwards, you can never go back again,
Go
right?
back
So
for it, yeah.
friends, so like saying friends of mine would be your boy and, you know, the people in your inner circles, the Nick, you know, for me and stuff, the Aarons and my wife, Cheryl, you know, stuff like that. And then a friend of ours, that'd be you guys and everybody the who that you want, you know what I mean? Like you only need a few friends of mine, right? You need everybody else, you need friends of ours. Then there's friends of theirs. Right, which you have to always deal with friends of theirs, but that's so if I introduce somebody, you know, there's a story and there's intentions, or there's something that there's a story to it, right? There's something that it throws the caution flag up, so that you know, and I always know where you're dealing with, and sometimes it's you got to play the politics, and sometimes you got to, but as long as you know what you're going into and you don't get sideswiped by anything, or then that, you know. Then that saves that betrayal from you betraying yourself. That's all it is. It's not anybody turning on you. It's got to be true with you. And then if you're true to you, then you'll surround yourself with the same sort of thing.
I always call that like people wear the mask. I do not like people that wear a mask.
Right, but the whole thing is some people wear it so well.
Yeah, some people wear it good.
That you can never see that, hard. And it takes me to tell you that he's got a mask. Yep. And it's the trust in the fact that you don't argue with me. It's, you know, that there's a story, and maybe at the time you just put it in the back of your mind. You don't have to believe me until you hear me out. Right. And then I give you my truth and my information because I care, and then you move it from there on. Yep. But whatever decision you make is on me. I've got my truth out. Mm-hmm. So, you know, it's like a lot of times it's like your boys, you know, girlfriends are going out with some girls or whatever. You know where that's going or what the intentions, and you know when they don't see it properly, you betraying you as their friend not to say, hey, here's my truth and I got to get it out for me. Right. Mm-hmm. What you do with it, dude. It ain't, you know, I'm saying this for me, not you, pretty much. So
it starts with
this is what I'm supposed to do, whether you like it or not. Is up to you.
That comes.
No, but you respect me enough that you know, right? Mm-hmm. So you know where it's coming from. Pure, you know that it's coming from a place of right, genuine. And then whether you listen or not, that's up to you. Most times you follow your dick, and then
that's what happens.
No, most times you follow your dick, and then you come around, and then. So I'm trying to save you by the second time you make the mistake, right? So you because we're guys. Yeah. So we're gonna do it and make it once. It's gonna happen. Then I should have listened, and then next time, because I'll let you go down when I know you're only gonna get a scrape, even if you're being stupid. I'm not gonna let you go down to break a leg. You know what I'm saying? When you're going to go get a spanking, or you're going to go come back with like a friggin' bad burn, or, you know, like something that doesn't change, but something that you get the picture.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not like she's got AIDS. No, you're not going. You
know, like, that's not what you're doing.
No, that's for friends of theirs.
If someone.
That's a true thing. You're right. But you're gonna get my truth if you ask. I don't really care. I don't really have a.
But that's the whole thing. Is that's nice. That's the perfect. You want people around you like that.
Mm-hmm. You know? I had to find myself.
Because here's the thing: if I come in and go, I know.
Yep.
There it is. That's it. Yep. You know.
Yep.
That's why I don't talk about certain shit on the podcast, because I don't have interest in that, so I can't tell you anything about that.
There you go.
You're just going to be sitting here talking, and I have nothing to ask you, you know?
Right. Well, that's the whole thing. You always look, like I said, I look for the why. Yeah. You guys looking for the connection. You're looking for the BrainJerk. Yep. You know, what's the BrainJerk?
Looking for the what makes your heart beat. Yeah. You know, what makes you wake up every morning, you know? How do you overcome everything and do this? That's what everybody has a good story, man.
Everybody's been there.
Here's the thing, man. It's good days and bad days. You're gonna have your bad days too, but it's to have the faith. You know, for me, I'm not religious, but I'm hella spiritual. I mean, shit doesn't happen the way that it's happened in my life without some bigger connect. Like, come on, man, that's just common sense. Yeah, you know that there's a bigger picture, but now I know for me, and I believe that it's now. with the cannabis, and now to be able to really help people and to show, like you said, is to, you know, to spit some knowledge of surviving, because some people we've all lost people along the way. So it's just, you know, what I try to do is to make the ones that have made me who I am proud, that have passed through, and you know, now I think, you know, that's the one thing I got, my grandpa, you know, my dad, you know, like up, you know, having my uncles and stuff like that, my grandma, it's like that are huge influences in my life. That only gives me more power in my eye, you know, in my opinion. I'm just working more God shots. And they still happen. So
take a little bit from everybody you meet.
Absolutely.
And their drive and stuff like that makes you feel better. Me, I make a morning cup of tea. I give them what I have to do, because I have rough nights. So I give them what I have to do. I have to wake up and find the positivity to go out. So I tell them what the fuck, you know, tell them a little something positive, and it makes me feel good. I walk around like it's sunny every day, you know, so I just like being here.
Here's the key. Here's the key. Whenever you're the worst of the worst, whatever, do something for somebody else. Get out of yourself. Get out of your head. Talk to people. You mentioned it earlier. You come here.
Find a release.
Find and talk about it. You got to get it out. Pen to paper. Burn the paper. Go in a room. You know, go for a walk outside. Talk to yourself.
That's what I do.
The pen to paper and burn it. Yeah, that's the best.
That works. That's how Grinder. Like
I walk
out of our heads, man. I'm so proud of writing that. But I look at the songs now and I go, man, look at that headspace you wrote that in, because now I got Be Me, you know, is one of my favorite songs, because, you know, but I wrote it in such a fuck you place, and, you know, why can't I be what I want to be with attitude, no apologies, without compromise? It's my life. You can say what you want to say, put me down if it makes your day. In the end, what you see is what you get, you know, like a fuck you. Now it's more like a, hey, look at me, you know, and it's more of a thank you. I end my shows with it, because that's what the power of the people and the who that have loved me, you know, for good, bad, or indifferent, but has seen the person, you know what I mean, and what I'm all about. And obviously there's a connection through the wings, and that's the big one. But now through recovery and through cannabis and all, and through music and comedy, all the different ways, is just like I love life, and some days I have to remind myself of how blessed that I am, and we all can, you know, and it's just, you know, we're all in this together. And when you and that's the whole thing, is when you can realize that you're not alone, no matter what.
Yep, that's facts.
Facts.
We're all breathing this air, dude.
And I see you having a good time. I saw you when we were at the wrestling thing. When he's going to throw the guy into the lake, you're over there.
So was I.
So was we were all there.
Pussied out.
Yeah, I was mad that he did.
I was mad that somebody had to go in. Where's the mark?
I know,
dude. We're
at a boatyard for a reason, dude.
One person.
It had to be a mark. That's why the ref should have been the mark and gone in.
Right.
Like there had to be, dude.
Right.
Well, I'm all about it, bro.
Yeah.
I'm all about it.
That was cool.
But that's what it's, you know, it's too bad that they canceled the next one or whatever.
21st.
But we'll get it back. You know, we'll go. But that's what it's all about, being around and you see and enjoying it. What I love, we're talking about Big Daddy's Boatyard and Rhino and from TNA and some of those guys. But you see some of the guys you see on TV, like Rajit Raoud, who's taking he's got a big he's got a big bit. He's got a big part of TNA holding their hardcore belt right now, and you know, I think he lost it on Saturday, but and coming there, and then like some of these guys that you see, Johnny Bravo, and you see guys that are on TV, Rhino, and giving back and being out and working it and funny, like the first match
in my backyard.
The first match was funny as fuck.
Yeah, in your backyard. Yeah. It was fun.
That was
that's
fun.
what it's all about, right?
Cool.
And everybody, and you getting the kids involved and all that. So, you know, that's what, to me, that's the world I live in.
That was my favorite part.
Beating
when they
the
brought
kid-
the
beating
kids
the
over.
dude, yeah.
That was cool.
Put your feet up. They were having people put their feet up, and they were racking them off the feet
even,
and shit.
They had the kids hit them.
Yeah.
And then when the guy grabbed him,
Grabbed
he's like,
Rhino,
"Get
and he's like,
Rhino," and
"No."
they're like, "No,
No, we're not hitting Rhino.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Like, you had a golden opportunity, dude.
Yeah.
They said no, though.
As a kid, would you have hit Rhino?
Fuck no, dude. I loved Rhino as a
I
kid.
love Rhino,
As a kid, I fucking loved him.
I
didn't want to get gored.
I would have hit the other guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, me too.
I didn't want to get
That's
gored
what
by
the kid should
Rhino.
have just hit the other guy.
Yeah, fuck this, dude. I don't want to get gored by Rhino. I've seen this my whole life.
I know.
Yeah. I got a bad stomach right now, dude. I can't handle that.
Yeah, if it was a pile driver, I already got a head
Right.
injury.
Yeah, dude. I don't want
I
to.
don't want my head and my guts to hurt. Just, I know how
Don't
to
give me
deal
a
with the head.
concussion. I might have to learn how to talk
before.
again.
Yeah, there you go.
Fuck that.
For the third time in your
Yeah,
life.
dude, he came up to me and I think he was fucking around. He like bumped my head. I was like, dude, please don't do that. Like, I don't know how much
He
I
had
have
just shaved
left.
his head, and I was like, Bing. I was like, oh shit,
But-
I'm sorry, I
but
forgot.
It sounds real nice too because I do it sometimes when it's freshly shaved.
I was like, damn, I forgot. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
That's like my cousin Robbie, I'm telling you about. I had so many concussions, you can get one when he sneezes.
Yeah.
Right.
That's him.
They said it was like adult shaken baby syndrome, kind of the brain injury. But dude, it's honestly a fucking. I had a good time. I was in a nursing home. I had a good time. I got to see. I had like 37 grandmas.
Nice.
I
On the
mean,
recovery.
Nice.
I learned
Hey.
I learned how to walk again, and they would all cheer me on, give me
awesome.
snacks, tell me they fucking I love you. Oh yeah, dude, I had fucking so many
Well,
grandmas.
there you go. A blessing out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have this joke. He's got a character called Grandma Goik. He's a soul snatching he snatches the grandma's souls. So now he's become Grandma Goik, and he walks around in a moo.
I love it.
Yeah, I got a nightgown.
I love it.
Looks good.
I love it. And the story goes back because that's like one of those ghost adventures. We're back. Here we are. We're at the scene of the crime. And,
Right.
oh, he's snatching grannies again.
Yeah. Just come on.
Granny's souls. I love it.
Why'd you bring your grandma?
Next summer, we're gonna make a couple videos out on this island, and
I love it.
It's gonna be fun.
I'm gonna be in a tutu though. I'm not gonna be. I might be in the Grandma Goik outfit, but I want to be in a tutu in one of them.
Well, let's see. You know what? And who are we to deny you?
Yeah, right.
Your theatrical wishes.
It's gonna be. I can't wait to do it.
I love
yeah.
Grandma Goik in a tutu.
Oh, I'm gonna be in a tutu. It's gonna be weird. I got something planned in my head. I'm not.
It's gonna be a brain jerk.
Yeah, it's gonna be a brain jerk for sure.
You know what? That sounds like it's like a. There seems when you play this back to be like a bell on there. It's gonna be a brain jerk.
Yeah.
Ding, like
Yeah.
in your head. Ding.
Just a big old colorful.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
That sounds dangerous.
Because I don't, with all my tattoos and shit, I don't look like a guy that's gonna be
Like a tutu?
I would
Super
rather,
happy
yeah.
and go,
I would rather frolic in a field full of flowers, like for real, like just,
Yeah.
To the
just run
average
through 'em.
person, he looks
Now
scary.
before
I look scary.
now, before your injury, same way. Or is
No,
that
I was
softened you a little
no,
more?
I still liked all that. I was,
But you
know,
weren't as comfortable.
I didn't love life like that.
Right.
You know, so I was a shitty
Appreciation.
person. That's why I got toxic on my chin. It's because reminds me not to be a shitty person. Because I didn't care about nobody
Yeah.
before I got in an accident.
There's your, but that's
Yeah.
the whole thing. Is it took, one of those life changing, but you embraced it.
Yeah.
And now you're showing that.
Yeah, mindset is what got me through it because the burn wounds were terrible. It was like legal torture. They did it for a year and 6 months.
I got third degree on my ankle from a bonfire, and
yeah.
I couldn't walk for like 2 months, and
Yeah, that's
back in 14, drinking injury. So I can
drinking injury. Yeah,
I can relate to the
fell
burn.
into the fire.
my whole legs.
Saved that. No, it wasn't actually. The only reason it was drinking injury because I was drinking back then.
Yeah.
But I saved the bar or the shed. Gas was spilled. Wind blew. Took the shed up. I went to put it out, and they stepped in the gas, and it went up my leg. And by the time I got it, I saved the shed. But by the time I stripped my shit off and whatever, the plastic would melt into my skin and stuff.
Ooh, fuck.
So it was.
Plastic
It cost
skin.
me the 2014 golf season.
Oh,
Ooh, no golf on it. You're good at golf?
oh
I love golf.
You do a charity event, don't you?
Yeah, we do. We have the Grind Time event. We just had our first annual one, even through the COVID, the end of August. So we'll probably do another one the end of August. But we got a lot of, one of the things I think that what I get going on is, like I said, at the real Darren McCarty or whatever. I don't even know what it is. Whatever blue check marks it is, that's the one. But we're gonna do a bunch of events when we can open up, like signings and comedies. But like there's sort of like the get-togethers and just to be able to expand, do some podcasts and stuff like that. But just to get people around so they can see each other's faces. And, you know, that's the big thing for me. I always ask everybody, what's one thing you learned during the COVID, you know, like that thing. For me, being such an extrovert and traveling all the time and I'm a public appearance person. And
Right.
I mean, I love it. You know, I'm the guy that's there, you know, when hockey season and you're allowed to go back to LCA, I'm there about an hour before the game and walking around the concourse, taking pictures, talking to people and shit like that. So, you know, like I love, you know, the people and stuff like that. They're my power. So it's one of those.
You shaking, not saying. I mean, you were saying hi to everybody, signing everything.
Yeah, that's what it's important to me because, you know, like I get it, but it's one of these things is that I'm just trying to beat my own path, and it's important to me that people that invest their time, energy, prayers, whatever it is in me, that I see them back, right? You know, it's the whole thing. It's there's no other intentions, and I'm grateful, and I want to say thank you. And whether it's been we've been on a journey, and there's something that you remember from the March 26, 97 game when I kicked Lemieux's ass, or maybe it's
Kicked
a
the
hockey.
shit out of him, by the way.
Well, he deserved it, bro.
I
That's
just
karma.
became a hockey fan once, and when I
but
met
don't
you,
expect. See, now you're ruined because the game's changed.
Yeah,
you don't see that.
100%.
You're be go, where's that McCarty shit?
no,
You don't
I'm
do
not.
that.
I'm like I
I'm sad
I
for
seen
you,
Chris
bro.
Chelios live.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Red Wing.
Yeah.
That was my.
That's the Godfather,
I
bro.
seen one game, and that's it. I never watched it on TV. Nothing that won't play like a video game version of
Right.
it. And when I looked at your highlights, I like that because
I was like, dude, are you kidding me? I was like, watch these.
yeah. And then he showed me, you know, some of the greats, the all-time greats, and everything.
We went to Arizona recently, and on the way home, I showed him the Russian Five.
Oh yeah, dude.
I relate to that movie.
See, but the best part about that, right? That's the story. That's the brotherhood. Didn't matter what you look left or right.
The why.
The love. That's the why. The why is the love.
Yeah.
At the United Nations, and you can't. I just did an interview with actually Lariano's daughter. But I mean, Josh Reel and Jenny Fedorovich and Dan Milstein and everybody that worked on that movie did such a great job because they got it 100% feeling, right? You went back and you felt it, and you felt it even though, like my boy Aaron, who's my right hand, dude, he's from Flint, right? He doesn't know sports, doesn't know nothing. In fact, didn't even know who I was when we met, right? That's why.
Related to it when
That was my childhood.
he made me watch it, and then we got to when you guys won the cup, and then Konstantinov got the brain injury.
Yeah.
I started like, that's a hard battle to start learning. And I seen he was walking the one time he had the wheelchair on in ice skates, and he was doing it. I was like, or he had the walker and ice skates. I was like, dude, that's a fucking battle, because I learned how to walk again. I was bawling my eyes out.
Yeah,
he
dude,
was sitting there like, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because and that's
And it
the
was a
big
good
thing.
story.
It's
The
a
brotherhood was awesome.
right? The perseverance and that like life happens, but that's the whole thing. That just didn't happen. That happened for all of us. And
Yep.
we don't wear that jersey or have that connection
Right.
running in 97, but then went into 98. That was like just to believe and just for everybody that we could get through. And it was sort of a story for everybody, you know, that was a Wings fan.
Yep.
You had the game-winning goal to get the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, 97. That was to bring the cup back. Yeah, I beat one guy one-on-one my whole career. It's all timing, boys. Just got to do it at the right time.
Yes, sir.
And it's fucking super famous, you know. Dude,
Well,
that's
you know what?
fucking-
Well, like I tell no matter how much
heavy is
stupid
that?
shit you do, once they put it in the Hockey Hall of Fame as a game clinching goal, they can't take it away
Right.
from you. So.
Yeah. How heavy is that cup?
35 pounds, 17 and a half beers to bubble it over. You cannot get 18 in without spilling it. It just does that bubble.
Hell yeah, I like that.
So, hey, you know what my line is? 35 pounds or light as a feather when you win. You're right?
Oh, it is?
It's light as
Okay.
a feather because you're so jacked up, right?
To
But
me,
it's
it looks
35
like
pounds.
Yeah. Okay.
That's like half a Eli.
That seems about. I don't know. I thought it would have been like 50,
Dude, you listen.
60.
So when we won in 08, my kids were a little bit older. Like they were 12 to 10, 8, 6, or whatever. We took it for ice cream to a favorite ice cream place and loaded it up with ice, like 17 scoop for a
Nice.
Sunday, whatever. Bro, that sterling silver, whatever the hell that is a conductor. I had the, because I always get brain freezes. Oh man, I was sitting there like with the most intense brain freeze because that was the coldest ice cream I ever eaten in my life.
It was so cold.
And
It
we
was
ate
dry ice.
Dude, it was seriously. I always get ice cream. Had like, you know,
Ice cream's my favorite.
and slushies or stuff that always crushes my brain.
The only reason why I get brain freeze with slushies is because I'll harf them motherfuckers.
Oh yeah,
Dude, I love
I know,
slushies,
dude.
dude.
And then you're like, ah.
Yeah, and then you can't fucking see straight. Like, you gotta fucking pull over to the side of the road. Like, why did I do this? Oh my god, that's why I don't like to drink frozen shit.
I started a LinkedIn the other day, and it asked me what university I came from. I said Grind Time University.
I love it, baby. That's it.
Sounds like a university I do.
Yep.
Grand Time University. Got fucking man, dude.
How often do you do comedy?
Yeah,
Well,
COVID
see,
happened.
until that's the whole thing. I've done only live. Toledo was my last live show, and then I think I got one, but with all the COVID and stuff, so we might start doing some on Zoom and stuff. But again, me, it's the people,
Face to
right?
face.
The face to face and the stuff like that. So we'll figure it out. So right now, I don't have.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's I think what's important too is what I've sort of learned and been blessed with is that I like to do a bunch of different things. So it's being smart on if I can't do one thing, like there's no hockey, there's no this right now. So concentrate on the cannabis and all that education. And, you know, there's so much that goes into that. And you know, just and at the same time, it's just relax. Day to day, do what you need to do, set it out, right? You don't have to be in a hurry. There's no finish line, guys. Finish is a destination. Destination's an oasis. It's all about the journey. You know, that's the sort of, you know, where you're at and where do you want to be. I'm a big believer in setting goals, and then at different points. You know, there's a day goal. You know, there's a day goal. Some days get through the day. Some days it's to get through the minute.
Yep.
You know, but it's okay. But it's self-awareness. Look in that mirror. Don't lie to that person.
You're right. That's what I run on right now. Just don't be true to myself. Do I?
Well, think about it. It makes sense, right? If I'm not true to myself and 100% myself, how can I be 100% to you?
Correct.
Or who I want to be 100% to, right? So I would rather, and what I learned is take all the time that you need, and the fact is like, hey, I need time I got to figure some things out. Well, along the way, if you need help organizing what you're trying to figure out because what you don't like, let's figure out what isn't you don't like. What do you want to change? What is your role? Oh, I'm sorry to tell you, bro. You got you might as well forget about that, worrying about that, because that you have no control over that. So don't worry about that. And these are all lessons that's easy to say, but when you practice it, like the biggest thing that I had to learn is what anybody's thought about me is none of my business.
Yep.
Like right now, I don't give a flying fuck. Now, people that I respect, right? My wife says certain things to me. Well, I will do a evaluation
checklist.
check.
Yep.
But if being true to myself, right, I will disagree or explain the why or whatever else. Or if I need to get my shit checked, then I'll check my shit. Right. And I'm not afraid to check my shit because I want to be a better person.
Correct.
The next,
Hold yourself accountable.
and I want that's exactly it. Hold myself accountable. And I've done, you know, it's like I regret the way that things have gone, but I can, if as long as I only, you know, Scotty Bowman always said, you're allowed to make that mistake once, you know, and learn from it. So that's what I see and that's what I look for is that don't repeat the same mistakes. You know, like don't.
Yep.
You know, when you want to change.
Learn
'Cause people
from
care,
it.
and it's the respect, right? The respect. If you respect somebody, then you at least, you know, you don't have to agree with them, but you know, I have a lot of friends that are friends of mine. Well, not a lot of them, but a couple of them that I just don't see eye to eye with on a bunch of things. But I love them to death. But I appreciate them because they're a gauge. So when something goes wrong, and I ask them, and they don't react the way I think, well, then I got to reassess and the why, right? Because I could be, like there's so much different information out there, whatever. It's where do you get your information, not the what, the who. And that's all it is just trying to make it easier. I know when I flick the TV or, I'm flipping my Roku or whatever, I like to go to a spot or one of the app where what am I gonna get with a couple options, just a few, instead of having to go here and then reload this and reload that. No, I can watch this right now, and I'll go on YouTube, and then I'll watch 3 different videos and look for something here while I'm on YouTube, and then I'm not going to jump all around, and you get into whatever hole is your hole.
Yeah.
Like dude, want to know mine other than I do podcast wrestling for sports with Dimitri Young, former baseball player, Jason Kendall, former baseball player, Lars Fredrickson, who's the lead singer, guitarist for Rancid, who was the first punk band before Offspring and Green Day and stuff like that in California. Great, but we do it twice a week, and we do it because of our love of wrestling. We talk about love of wrestling, but it's just whatever the different love is, and then you learn different things. And it's just surrounding yourself or getting involved with or asking questions and finding out who's there.
Who's your favorite wrestler?
Of all time?
All time.
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold.
Really?
Stone Cold. Yeah, I'm a storyline guy and stuff.
Top 5.
Yeah.
Like The Undertaker.
Oh, no, absolutely. 100%. That's my boy, Jay Adams, Big Jay Adams, who's, that's his guy. But yeah, The Undertaker's unbelievable. There's so many. I'm a big storyline guy, right? So I don't care. I don't have to like it, but it's got to make sense. Mm-hmm. That's why, wrestling in the different storylines and stuff, that's why there are different factions. And now it's like the internet. There's all these options, right? It's like social media. There's, everything's out there. You have the option. So it's just, I want to be directed to, certain things. I like TNA because what I hear is, and what I see is that the production's all about the guys, and you see the freedom to be and to create and all the stuff going around with it. So it's, I look for team stuff. I look for stuff that I'd like to be involved with, people I like to be involved with, and then, go out and do it. So, I that's always fun to get on there and bust balls and shit like that. We just we talk wrestling, and then a lot of times we don't talk wrestling.
We talk about whatever.
Well, yeah, but it's just that connection.
Life happens.
But it's cool. It's cool because these guys are my peers. When I played, that I watched on TV or listened to, I was a huge Rancid fan. Rancid's, an influence, grinder influence. So, as far as the punk side of it, the how to build songs and stuff like that. Easy, hard, fast-paced songs. Easy for me to say.
Dude, this is great.
Yeah,
this is great. You got anything else you're doing? Because you're doing everything.
Yeah, no, I gotta think. That's yeah. So one of the big things is going around. With the education, but it's building. Finding the different people or letting them know. So I do. I have a real estate group out of Traverse City. And it's sort of affiliated with that strictly does cannabis, looking around for properties and stuff. Because like I said, my big thing right now is as they go to the consumption lounges, the smoke lounges, it's not so much, the dispensary. I'm locked in with the biggest seed to sale facility. It's like the Willy Wonka chocolate in Michigan. So, and it's not about the thing it's not about the money. It's about where does you get the information and link up with different things. So there's also too is the big things is, it's with the banks and the money and stuff like that or where it's at. So it's getting in line with the, certain things with the credits and stuff like that. And just trying to establish an easy, viable system, right? That, not nobody's getting screwed on, right? Because it's coming everywhere. And, in the next 3, 4, 5 years, the whole country will be legal. And it's just positioning, and it's not positioning to take any more than just a slice of the pie. And it's just for the education. So when it does happen, people can educate and then you know where to go.
It's only a matter of time.
Yeah, no, it is.
There's going to be a couple states that'll hold out, I'm sure, but
Well, no,
for the
but when
most part.
but here's the thing: when it doesn't matter when federally, because then that changes everything.
That does,
That
yeah.
changes
Yeah,
that
you're right.
changes state
100%.
lines. That
Yeah.
changes the money system. That
Changes
changes
everything.
everything. And then they'd be stupid not to, even though it's federally. Now what they'll do is they'll have the opt in, opt out, or dry county here, like they do with the liquor in Alabama and
Right.
stuff. But don't go there.
Right. Right.
Yeah, we just won't go there.
Yeah.
No, thank you, sir.
Yes, no, thank you. No, but you see the way of the world, the way the people speak, because 7 out of 8 on the ballot for the election throughout the country got passed, and the only one that didn't was Mississippi. They passed the medical, but didn't pass the recreational on a wait and see how the medical does, which makes total sense. So here in Michigan, what we want to do is, so when Ohio is ready and different, we look at ourselves as setting an example of how we do it. And because, we're looking, and I talk to my friends that have been doing it in Colorado and doing it in California and Oregon and different things, and the good, the bad, Alaska, different things like that. And you try to make it because when it's the best for the people, that's everybody wins.
Yep.
Everybody wins at the
100%.
end. Yeah, because everybody they're searching for genuinism. Like, you got to be you.
That's it, buddy.
You got to
So
bring.
let's just surround ourselves. Take it like you're like that's the thing. As Irish, you can, if you're an asshole and you're an asshole, I respect you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got a few assholes in the clan.
That's a good look. That's a good look.
No,
yeah.
dude, because
you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Is then just be you.
Let you do you. It's
Do
better
you
if
be you.
it's better if I know you all the time than actually get smacked in the face
I'm
with it.
glad I know Adam's gonna be a dickhead all the time.
Yeah.
Well, there
So
you
I
go.
know,
but
you know what
but
I
he's
mean?
got something to blame it on.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And that's like I always say. What'd you say? No, I'm never high. I'm always fully medicated.
I'm always
Fully
different.
medicated.
Fully
yeah.
medicated, bro.
That's what I use. I can't use it to go to sleep. I try to dry out. Don't smoke for like 30 minutes before I go to sleep. That's 30 minutes. I mean, it's not that long, but still.
No, it's finding your system, building your system.
I don't want to
doing
go.
whatever.
I don't want to smoke and go to sleep. That for some odd reason I don't want to do that. But CBD pills, I've been, but CBN pills it would be. Yeah.
That'll be and like I'm not dialed in enough right now to know the dosage wise, but I know that there's the double levels. So if it's like I would think 10 milligrams, 20 milligrams,
Right.
it'll take you, it'll take that stress off like the CBD does, and give you that chill without putting you to sleep. But you take a couple, and that'll put you down.
Because I just shut down all my doctors. They've been trying to push these mind altering drugs on me, and I'm an emotional guy. I like the way that I am.
Yeah.
And they try to push all these mind altering drugs on me. And I told them, I said, look, I'm willing to die on my shield, figuring out how the fuck to get over this without taking these pills to make me a zombie.
So the psilocybin and the mushrooms and the lion's mane and stuff, that's where there's been,
Yeah.
because that's where some of the hockey guys that have more of the concussions and stuff like
Right.
that have been going to. So there is something in there. I don't. I'm one of the that like I'll direct you to either Parks or Riley Cote and stuff like that. Body Check Wellness, CHEK Body Check Wellness. That's Riley Cote's, who's a former tough guy. That's his line, and there's some psilocybin and stuff, and the microdosing, and then he explains
Yep.
to that but it definitely works.
There's a lot of-
and that's natural, right? That's natural, so it makes sense to me. It's like
There's a lot of science behind it too.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
There's a lot of shit you could look up, and they've been using it for PTSD of all different shapes and sizes.
I'm not gonna lie. When I get sad, I take a trip. I take a little trip, and
Why wouldn't you?
And I come back, and I'm happy for however long, and
See, it's all knowing yourself and knowing that there's options to, and then there's natural options. It goes along with, then you care, it's funny because then you care about a little bit more about, what you eat and what, I don't, but
Sometimes.
some people do.
I go in fluctuations. Sometimes I've gone 3 months being vegetarian. I've gone a few days just not eating anything, and I've gone the all meat diet for like 3 months.
Yeah.
I just like to try things.
Me, I'm just.
But I love it though, because you got to try new things and find out what you like. If I like it, then I'll dial in and I will get like.
What's the hype?
Like it's not good. I'll get decent at it. I'll get it to where I'm comfortable with it. And if I'm not comfortable, then I'll work harder at it. It's just like the different things. So you're down here in Toledo, but you get AM 760 WJR. So Friday nights I have the Darren McCarty Enforcers show from 7 to 8 o'clock on Friday nights with my buddy Sean Belegian, who's I call him Mr. WJR because he's like the super sub, and I'm always around. But like that's the thing where I get to, talk on the most popular old radio station in Michigan and be myself and talk about cannabis or sports or life and just different things like that. That's what's up. And it's a blessing to have people like Steve and who's the general manager and the guy who's put, to believe in me and the story along the way, just to, let people know how things are going and just that connectivity and the connection. And it's, you look forward to it. That's the one thing is that, things are going, you got to adapt because now I enjoy going into the studio, but I guess now we do it from home again, which is not a big deal because I do all my other shit there too, but it's just nice. There's something about going into, the Fisher building, which is the copper top, driving into Detroit and the nostalgia of growing up. I always tell everybody, WJR, that's the one where you learn to hate the radio, that you learn that whoever drove controlled the radio because you had to listen to AM stations until you could drive.
I go by that rule in my truck still.
Yeah, you're listening to what I'm doing. Yeah.
Well, if I'm driving,
and unless I tell you,
unless I pass it off.
Unless it's a girl, you can fucking listen to whatever you.
Listen, now I have no. What were you talking about earlier about having no idea about conversation? You can talk women. I'm out, bro. I got nothing on that. Yes, just other than yes,
sure.
Put it this way: I have one feeling left. I gave it to my wife.
Yeah.
She has it. She does what she wants and stuff. I don't have a feeling. No, I don't.
I just do. The feelings are over there.
That's it. I just gave. Sorry, bud. She's got my one feeling. So you really want to get into it, go let her know what happened. She'll tell me how to feel.
Oh yeah, he feels sad about that.
Yeah.
Darren,
I don't care.
how are you not upset? Oh, I'm supposed to be okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
I'll be upset. I'll be upset right now. Okay.
I'm sorry.
My wife's cool as shit, dude. She's Sicilian, so she's tougher than I am. But she, that's where I learned. I always tell everybody is for me. It got to the point where I didn't care, and it wasn't until I met her, like in 2010, that it gave me something to believe in myself again. That's where I was at. I just didn't give a shit about it, and it's sad because I got kids and I got whatever, but it's like that nothing. But it was like somebody to believed in me to fight. It's almost like the Rocky Adrian sort of thing.
Right.
But to have somebody, that just for Darren and through, and it was ugly, and to go through all the shit that she did with me and teach me truth and honesty. It's her fault that I'm healthy in this way, right? Like I tell her that when, and I'm not the person, when she met, and stuff like that. And, I don't think any of us are, but it's the evolution. And what I tell everybody, I go, why it works is because she is absolutely my soulmate, my best friend, even before.
Grow together.
She's right. Exactly. And we still continue to do. I mean, we moved back to Michigan in December of 2018, and that'll be the longest we've been in a place since we've been together. And we've moved 15 times in 10 years.
You're a nomad, huh?
We are.
We're
gypsies, baby.
I always lived my life that way until I got kids. And
yeah. Well,
I've pretty much stayed in the same area since.
Right, and that's but that's also too part of your journey. This is what I tell you. It's all part of the journey, and you do what you need to do when you do it. But it's also if you can build that strong. Like the thing I'm most jealous of is when I look at Drapes, and it's not because of his success or whatever, but I look at and he's still got the same crew of buddies and that he had when I met him and that he grew up with, and guys, the duration of that, it's sort of like that blessing because you know what people are about. So now that's what I say. It's all about the who, but as you're growing and certain things you'll find out is, oh man, it feels like, I'm all about being around people that I feel like I've known forever.
Right.
That's the spiritual thing. And I just follow, I let him lead, dude. I just follow. I got ideas, but they're not usually right.
Well,
He doesn't usually listen.
All you got to do is listen. The universe is telling you what to do. If
the
you
universe, listen, ladies and gentlemen, here's a big secret. The universe will conspire positively or negatively. It does not give a shit whichever way you want to go. You want to be a negative Nancy, then it'll be dark. You want to be positive and try to be glass half full and whatever. Now, it's not that bad things happen, but you also know this too shall pass.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Can we talk about?
We preach positivity all the time. That's a big part of.
That's what keeps me going.
Well, here's the thing. You can talk about. It's always said, kick the dog, pet the dog. You can kick the dog, but give him a pat on the way out and tell him why. You can give the discipline, but also tell you the positive on the way out. It's
This
like
is
raising
why.
kids, right?
Yep.
This is why this is happening. But and then, like you said, that's positivity. That's where I choose to live too.
Yep.
Did you always know you were going to be? Did you want to be a hockey player since you were little?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I was like 8 years old. I was told I was a kid that was told, why I wouldn't ever, why I couldn't, and whatever. And the more you tell me I can't, the more I'm just gonna do it. Shove up your ass.
Oh, you just got it. Yeah.
I just got to do it.
So
I'm gonna
fuck you. Yeah. Yeah.
No. So what I realized early is I can accomplish anything I put my mind to. Just I got to be careful because that early on led me wrong because good, bad, positive, negative. I get what I want. I can get it, and it's not a good thing unless you harness that power.
Right.
So now I try to harness that power and surround and whatever. But like with this cannabis and all this stuff, and not only because I know it's right and everything else, it's just surrounding myself with the right people. But I believe in this because I live it. I know it. It's giving me my life back. It's giving me, everything else. So I owe it to.
You found a new thing to grind for.
Right, exactly. I found a new
avenue.
Like I said, I got 4 Stanley Cups. I got no cannabis cups yet. We gotta go get some.
Yes.
I gotta sign autographs. I'll be the only guy signing.
Dude, you could be a 4-time Stanley Cup, 4-time fucking cannabis cup.
Times cannabis cup.
400. Okay, is that like
I'm
a?
not LeBron.
He's
Okay.
just
We're
trying
going
to
for
get
one. I'm just trying for one, baby.
one
That's
at a time.
awesome. That's cool.
And if I would predict that if this CBD roll on, well, I would enter it in. Oh, sorry, fuck, bro.
You're good.
I'd enter that in a minute.
So don't you get a ring for the championship, and then who the cup goes to the
No,
Caesars
cup goes
winner?
around. No, so the team that wins, you get the cup for the year, right? So each guy gets the cup for like 24 hours. So you get to take it home and you have pictures and all that shit. And then you do get a ring. So I got 4 kids, so ring for each of them. And stuff
Fuck yeah,
yeah. So
that's cool.
That's what's up. I always like that tradition where each guy gets the cup for a certain amount of time.
yeah, and then here's the whole thing. Like the more times that you win the cup, then you get to know the cup cop guy because he's the guy that is.
Been doing it for years.
Well, he's the guy pretty much so you can go out and get shit faced or go out on the town and he watches the cup if you walk away from it, right? So it doesn't.
he
get,
comes with you.
Oh yeah,
everywhere.
he works for the Hockey Hall of Fame. He's actually one of the guys in the white gloves.
Yeah.
Phil or
The blonde guy, right?
Yeah, Phil.
Yeah.
Phil Pritchard. And then
He has to watch you guys sloshed in the corner.
He comes
yeah.
with that cup everywhere.
everywhere
it
you
goes.
put it. Sometimes it stays at your house.
He'll
but,
die with that
whatever.
cup.
Does he stay
Well, that's
the night?
it. Yeah.
Live with the
By
cup,
time,
die with
it's
the
like
cup.
4 times. So the thing is,
What a
it would
life
be in
for him.
town.
That's an awesome.
It would be
life.
in town. You have to travel around the world, Sweden, Russia stuff. Yeah, but trust me, it gets old unless you
bet.
like, doing that stuff. But anyways,
living on the
so
run.
the best part is when it'd be around town, right? Doing an appearance. Well, you get to know Phil or Mike or Mark or whoever was doing it, and then they call Drapes or me and go, "Hey, we got the cup. You guys want it?" And then that's why we'd be like, "All right, party in Royal Oak," or like those pop ups we do, and
pop-up
everybody.
parties.
Yeah, it was great.
The Cup's going there. Let's get fucking trashed.
That's it.
The motherfucker in the white gloves is like, God damn it, dude. Not again.
This again.
Do a fucking shot.
This is what my life has
when
become.
we won, yeah, exactly. When we won in 02, he's like, oh, not these guys again.
Jesus. I thought they were done.
Back in, what was it? I think, when was the last Cup? 08,
07.
right?
08.
Yeah.
08.
So in 08, when they won it in Pittsburgh, I was there.
Really?
I was
there
demolishing
too.
the building that the new stadium is actually on.
Yeah, I remember that.
But I got in there, and I feel like I was the only Red Wings fan in that stadium, at least in that section.
Oh, I know.
I celebrated, I enjoyed it, and I got out.
Yeah. Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're ruthless. Fans
Well,
are
one time,
ruthless.
my family's, the company's was Red, Red Wings too, So we go there, and it just so happened to be, it was the Senators. It was the Senators versus the Penguins. And they start giving the boss shit because he's wearing red.
Yeah.
He's like, what? I didn't even know. He's like, why the fuck didn't you tell me? Going into enemy territory.
That's it, right?
Yep.
Set him up.
Jesus.
Should have been nicer. Somebody would have told him.
When the first time I went there, I got popcorn thrown at me by the fans. It was just I wasn't gonna fucking do nothing. Nothing happened, but it was like
First time I went to hockey, I
It's just
seen
a
Chris
couple
Chelios beat an
jackasses.
Avalanche up. That's
my
all
grandma
I
was there
remember.
when dude put a guy through the glass. Was it Fisher? Fisher put a guy through the glass, I believe.
probably.
My grandma was there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens. The best one with that is Vladdy, by the way. Vladdy and JR, Jeremy Roenick. And I think it was in Phoenix, not Chicago, but I could be wrong. But they used to just go after each other, play hard against each other. Well, Roenick runs Vladdy, breaks the pane of glass behind the net. Takes 20 minutes. They fix it. Next shift, Vladdy runs Roenick right through the same pane of glass and breaks it. Two same pane. It's crazy. I think it was Phoenix. It might have been Chicago.
When I started loving him, Vladdy, when he, I think it was against Philly when he checked somebody and stood right over
Ended
him.
Howard Chuck's career.
Oh man!
Ended Howard Chuck. Dale Howard Chuck.
He
Rest
stood
in peace,
over
just
him
passed
and I
away,
was
but
oh my god!
he was his last year. He was a guy. He's a Hall of Famer and whatever. And Vladdy
checked him out.
Oh, he threw
Crushed
right
him.
center.
Dude, I seen you in your rookie year. You were fighting everybody that could fight.
Yeah, that was the key. I was told the secret, right? There's always a secret. The secret that I was told when I was 16.
Go get the big dogs.
No, when I was 16 was if you want to make it to the NHL, you got to do something 99.9% better than everybody else that plays. And you got to figure out what's your strength, and for you, it's playing physical, and it's gonna have to be fighting. So. It's easy. The first year, you just fight everybody, and you work out your skills and practice, and then that buys you space and room. Use the same mentality through junior, through the minors, and like you said, pro. Just establish that reputation.
Just beat the
And
fuck out
and
of
then it
everybody.
gives you an opportunity to score a goal, like in the '97 Game 4.
Dude, that was awesome. I like that. I seen that. That was the only one-on-one you won.
Mm-hmm.
I just love the fact that he had no idea. He doesn't know anything.
I know, it's great.
I know you're a comedian.
Until we
entertainer.
Yeah.
I don't want the
Okay,
comedians to get
entertainer.
mad at me.
Yeah.
I don't want the comedians to get mad at me because I'm not sensitive enough, remember? And I'm not a fucking ass slapper.
Yeah, but that's how I knew you. I was like, oh yeah, dude, that's cool. He does comedy, and they're like, dude, do you know who he is? Who is he?
all tangled up.
4-time fucking Stanley Cup champion.
What is that? Yeah,
fuck,
but
dude, I don't know.
you're not supposed to if you're not a hockey fan. But
Yeah.
that's even better. That's like I said, Erin, my wife, even too. She was we met up in Clare, Michigan, which is the center of the state. They got this huge St. Patty's Day party every year, and we met up there, and it was like bang. But she didn't know who I was either, which is a blessing. And then by the time, when I got her in the vortex, then she couldn't escape. Right, by the time all the shit piled on.
Once I met you and shook your hand, we did some research, and I was like, dude, he's a fucking legend. This motherfucker, the motherfucker is a fighter. He was, dude. I seen sometimes refs didn't even care to pull you off. The guy that hurt Draper,
Yeah, he passed. You see the lines.
That whole brawl happened. You were beating the fuck out of him the whole time.
You know when I got him the best is when I smashed his face against the boards.
When your knee?
No, when I freaking bulldogged him, then I need him.
Yeah, okay.
And you can't really hurt a guy with a knee on the ice.
Yeah.
Unless he like drop it. I don't know. Just doesn't. But I knew the face smash would work.
Dude, that was
Karma's a bitch, man.
I love that.
They were stopping everybody else but you. You were over there the whole entire brawl, and you started the brawl.
Well,
Larionov did.
The two Larionov and Forsberg. But that was like when you saw the flame be lit, like you're like, oh shit, here it goes.
That's who lit it. You know,
right. That's what made everybody sort of like, what's going on?
And you see 25 in the corner, and he's still beating the fuck out of Lemieux, dude.
That was my childhood, and he just learned about it a couple months ago.
Oh, dude, I learned about it in my adulthood. It's fucking great.
But that's the connection, and the beauty of it now in 2020, as we go through all this, is that, you know, all the kids that were between 5 and 15 and stuff are now adults, have the kids, whatever. So now, when we can talk about it in, you know, as adults, I'm saying, you know, I'm not saying if you're between 5 and 15, I wouldn't talk to you like this, but I'm just saying, so Dmac's got some kids.
Yeah.
But now it's great because what it's all about is that we are, like, if it's the culture, whether you're about, right, like, we're all about the same thing. Just whether, because I was playing on the ice, whatever, but the culture is the same. We're raised, you know, that emotion and all that stuff, because it goes back to that moment. It's just about right and wrong. You can separate right and wrong, and it's respect, right? You know, sports and life, bad things happen, but you can't lose respect for a fellow human being. And when Claude Lemieux said he wasn't sorry to Chris Draper and screw him and probably just made him millions of dollars, you would never heard his name. You know, like, that's not right. You know, real life, somebody's gonna show up with a gun. You know, I mean, you're lying so that's why I say God shot the way it played out. Not only did I get to revenge my best friend, you know, who got hit from behind the year before, broke his cheek, orbital bone, everything else, I got to score the overtime winning goal. And it was at the end of that game, it was that moment that hit all of us. And it wasn't in the team, the rink, the city, the state, the country, the world, the universe, Red Wing Nation, everywhere. It was that proverbial, it's going to be all right. Don't know what it means, but it's going to be all right. Like, it's like that wave that, and I don't care what it is, you know, that's what you're waiting for from any of your sports teams, to have that moment, you know, for whatever else. And it happens, and because it hit us all. And it hit us all, and you're wearing a Konstantinov jersey, and for whatever all gone through, that's who we are. You know, this story from then, even before, but that's sort of when we all pulled everything together, that we knew that it was different. It just was. It's just one of those things.
This is a story. We're gonna make a story.
Like this, we don't know. Like, who would have known it took 3 months? I mean, I wouldn't have. I'm a betting man, and I wouldn't have bet that it was 3 months later, and I scored the overtime winner in the way that played out. But it did.
Right.
Let it go. Dudes and great things, and in fact, and then you get back to the Russian 5 movie. If anybody's ever saw it, it's the love. You can do anything, you know, and that's the big thing too. It doesn't really matter what you're doing if you all believe in it, right, wrong, or indifferent. You got a better shot.
100%.
That's awesome. I like that. And then that Russian 5 movie was actually a great.
But
movie.
I love it because, bro, it's because you have a different perspective of it. Right? So you come from a totally different mindset, totally different perspective, and then you hook up and link that the brain injury, and that's your connection to it. Josh Reel, who directed the Russian 5, he's a huge Vladdy fan because he broke his back. And Vladdy's story after the accident and his perseverance, he really connected with him. His grandparents got him, or his parents got him a Konstantinov jersey for Christmas. This is back in like 98 or what, or 90, yeah, like 98 or whatever, like this. And it was his motivation. So the director, you know, you can tell that it has that same emotion, that same connection that we all do. And it's just the brilliance of it. And it's awesome.
Yeah, I like that. He was standing up. That was awesome. because it takes a lot to learn.
Like I tell everybody, if you want to know the most proud I've ever been of Steve Yzerman being my leader, my captain, my king, whatever, like that isn't for anything he's ever done on the ice. It's for how he handled the press conference and when Vladdy's accent and you watch him and he stood in there and represented all of us. But just, you know, that's just absolute leadership. And that's what you see now. So, I mean, you have the same guy, you know, the same things coming with the same guy standing there in the hospital behind him. There's 4 of those guys that were there then that are working, you know, the team now. It's the culture, and it's not when, it's when.
Yeah.
Where were you born and raised?
I was born in Burnaby, British Columbia, which is like suburb of Vancouver, but I was raised since I was 6 months just outside Windsor. So the house that I grew up in, give or take 10 minutes for the borders, like 40 minutes. Okay. So it's pretty much like growing up at home. I mean, I call myself Michigan's favorite stepson.
That's a good one. Yeah, because you were right there.
Yeah, but I grew up over here. You know what I mean? I'm all our TVs is American Eye, you know, 247.9 growing up, all this stuff, you know, coming over here, you know, shopping, baseball, you know,
so
going to the Red Wings games. Well, yeah, going to
the Red Wings is perfect for you.
Yeah, I went to Olympia in '77 when I was 5, and then, you know, the Dead Wing era in the early '80s and stuff. Be going there, and you know, I had the Tigers. So I was 12 years old. They won the World Series. I had Lance Parrish. That was my guy.
Okay.
So the Wings were my team, and then I had Edmonton because they were the good team. If you have a sucky team, you're allowed to take any other team you want.
Like
they can
the
be the
Lions.
best.
Yep, we're a Lions
exactly.
fan. Yep,
Yeah.
we know.
We know that story.
Cheer up for someone else.
I fucking love the Titans.
I've been
but
Patriot
I'm a
fan
fucking
since
Lions
04.
fan.
No, I get it. You're allowed.
Yeah.
That makes total sense to me, bro.
Yep. And then that, yeah.
I live down in Clearwater, so Tampa Bay is my second team, even before Brady got there and all that and stuff like that. But I've lived down there parts of 6 years and stuff.
They're trying to make a super team, and it's not going to do nothing.
Yeah, but they're doing. At least they're trying. Look what we got here.
I put
You're
the
right.
odds on.
You're right.
Dude, do you know? Oh, if they would have lost yesterday, Patricia would have probably been. He probably wouldn't have been fired, but that would have been interesting to see.
Yeah.
Today,
because they come right back, dude. I was, God, really.
You want them to lose?
No, the Lions.
Oh,
no, I want them to win.
They went up 21.
They went up. They went up 24-10, bro, and they just fucking gave it up, and then won by a 59-yard field goal. Which
that's how you win. That's how the
Lions
win.
Every best player on the Lions team is the kicker. You know, congratulations.
Oh, this year it's a punter.
Yep, the punter.
Fox, Jack Fox, man. I told my boys I'm getting a Fox jersey. Yeah. That boy can hit some hang time.
Yeah.
Man, it is though. It's always some sort of kicker.
Yeah. For real, it was Prater last time?
Well, it's Prater. It's still Prater.
Now.
He hit
It was Hansen.
Hansen, yeah.
He hit a 59-yarder.
Yep, he did to win the game with against Arizona.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, my honest opinion, they should have traded Megatron before, and they should have traded Matthew Stafford before, just on the business side of things, because their contracts are so good.
Right.
So big.
I like Matt Stafford, though.
Because they're in rebuilding mode. That's not fool anybody, even though they're doing decent.
They've been rebuilding since the 70s.
Value. Matthew Stafford's been super loyal. He's almost like the Steve Yzerman of the Lions.
Barry Sanders, dude.
That hasn't, except doesn't win.
Yeah.
Right. Without the resume.
Almost.
But as a person, great, unbelievable.
Yeah, but as a person, you're right.
No, like you can't. How you couldn't? You never heard a bad thing. He's a great dude. You know what
Never
I mean?
has
Like
anything bad to say.
Well, but he's more the company man, right? like stuff like that without the resume. So
I agree, 100%.
It's the ownership and putting in the right.
Do you see him being a coach in the future?
Who?
Of the Matthew Stafford being a coach of the Lions in the future?
Why the Lions? I have no idea.
I mean, he's still got some
future.
years.
Never know.
That's dedication, dude. That's for real.
Goes from quarterback to coach.
Yep. Doesn't even retire. He just switches jobs.
Player coach.
Yeah. when the team goes down, he comes out there. He's 64 years old. He's fucking bombing it still.
Brett Favre.
Yeah.
He's Brett Favre.
Absolutely.
He
kind of is. He's like the modern.
Do you live in Michigan too?
I live in Madison Heights.
Oh, okay. You live in Tampa too. So you got your 2 favorite NFL teams, you got a house close to it?
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah.
That's
Used
awesome.
to, but I my other one, I don't have any Clearwater anymore, so I'm just back up here. And
Oh, okay.
yeah, so yeah, I'm 15 minutes from downtown, which is perfect. And where I live is like 696 and 75, so north, south, east, west.
Go wherever you
Right.
yeah.
So it's convenient.
Basically, just teleport.
That's basically
Well, I
what
wish.
it is. Teleportation is coming.
Oh, how could it not? Beam me up, Scotty.
That'd be interesting, huh? That'd be super interesting.
Oh, I mean, it's, yeah. If you just transport everywhere,
I'm wondering what it feels like what your body feels like. Like, is it tingly? Is it is it hurt?
that's a good question. Nobody knows until,
You know?
Oh, yeah.
Guess what?
Do you
know
just
what?
wake up and
I'll
you're
be waiting
here?
on the other side when you zap her in and you can answer the question. I
You
got a
tell
seat
me.
for you at grind time. You
What
zap it
happens?
in.
I don't know. I got to shit right now.
If it's you, probably.
Yeah, I got to shit. let me shit. I'll be right back.
Silly.
I love it.
Oh yeah. Do you got anything to plug in?
Yeah, let's plug in everything, all your social medias and what you do before we wrap this up.
Absolutely.
At the blue check mark, just look for a blue check mark.
Darren McCarty, blue check mark.
Just research that.
Yeah, that's it. Darren McCarty, blue check mark on Facebook, and Real Darren McCarty on Instagram. Obviously, I'm even on that Cameo thing. You can look me up there.
Yep.
Twitter, I'm not so much on. Dmac, Grind Time Dmac 25, but
We suck at Twitter too.
yeah, I'm just, I suck at. I actually, like that's the one where I pay attention to it and getting all the stuff out. And like I said, my team's sort of running the social media because honestly, I don't really. I'll go look at pictures or I'll pay attention or get into a rabbit hole. I don't read comments. I don't do it. I save that for whatever else. When I do grind time and stuff like that, and the guys keep me posted on different things, but it's like I'm looking for the positive people that need help, people that need some word of advice or just different things like that. So yeah, you can check out the Darren McCarty. Actually on Facebook and Instagram, the Darren McCarty brand, which is separate. So that's all the cannabis information. And I encourage anybody who wants to join the Michigan cannabis community on Facebook.
Yep.
Right. I'm also a
Michigan Cannabis Community.
Michigan Cannabis
Okay.
Community, spearheaded. I'm actually that with if any of the golfers, Metro Detroit golfers, anybody who's a golfer, the Metro Detroit golfers is so. Why I say that is because the guys that run that also help me run the social of grind time. So we're all good buddies and stuff like this. So that's what makes it well. So I help promote them because it's stuff that I love and stuff that I do. So, yeah, that's pretty much.
That's everything. It's where you can find where
Darren McCarty,
Yeah,
YouTube.
where you can pick the
DarrenMcCarty.com.
weed up. Yep.
Yep. Also too Pinkana, which is Pinkana is the company that produces the Darren McCarty brand and stuff like that. So
Okay.
the easy DarrenMcCarty.com, or go on to Facebook and it'll direct you. The brilliance is if you go on to the Facebook, you can go to the grind time and the website or the cannabis community or the golf community. You can separate it or see
Straight
it lets
from
you around, and then you can reach out to me through there.
Okay.
And the guys are really good at letting me know what's going on. And then, obviously we all have the connection to keep the communication going while, we're still in this COVID land and stuff till things start opening up. And then, that's it. Sky's the limit. It's just being ready so that you can go frolic in the fields and be happy.
Yeah,
and
frolic in the field of
whatever it
flowers.
is.
Yeah.
Dude,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what it's all about. Do you have a favorite flower?
I like the hibiscus. I like dahlias. I like them. My mom has like 500 inside plants,
That's
all
awesome.
lined up. We made a plant business
See-
with her, but
oh, you did?
any flower that she grows, it's always the most beautiful flower I've ever seen.
See, that's
And
unbelievable.
just because I'm a good son, that's you know.
No, but that's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
But
No, it is
that's what I'm
cool.
saying, and it's about nature, right? You know,
Yeah.
I get the same thing growing this plant and being around it, and just the whole
Seeing how it grows just like we do. We need the sun to grow,
yeah,
and then that's I love it.
it's brilliant.
They say this, that vitamin D is important to battle this COVID right now, and that's the sun is what gives you that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
and
that's what I tell 'em.
and all the different things, and you know what? Just like you know, as they do research with cannabis and stuff, if you smoke it, it helps. You know, it's the same thing as, you know, I believe in. I get as much cannabis in my body as possible
Yeah.
in different ways, and that's huge. CBD, CBG, CBN, at different times or whatever. That's all it is.
I'm
It's just
definitely gonna do my
it's timing your
research.
dosage. That's all it is. It's being patient enough to time out your dosage. And that way, because that's an option. And I know that works for me. And then that's kept me healthier in the last 5 years, you know, than could be. I used to get sick all the time when I drank.
Well, yeah, because they got me on sleep meds, and I can't. And
I don't
like 'em.
take any. I don't
They
take
don't
any,
work,
No.
so you don't do that. I'm
So look into the
switching right
CBN,
now.
and I'm gonna hit my boys up north and see where we're at with that, and
All right.
and yeah, because it's all about you doing the work on your journey, connected with else, and then paying it forward. And that's pretty much it. You surround yourself with compassionate people that it goes without saying are all about pay it forward. You know, that's all it is. I mean, it's like, and don't. My biggest, you know, one of them is do what works for you. Don't worry what works for somebody else. What works for you, and what are you comfortable with? And then it's surround yourself with going, hey, you know what? I don't do this well, and that's okay because he does.
Yep.
You know,
Right.
and you know what? You don't have to, but you have to do that really well.
Right.
Right. The one thing, you know, and I don't care what it is, because if you're around, right, there's a reason for it, and more than not, it's who you are. And the example of that's my co-host in Grind Time, my buddy Perry. He's actually a limo driver and stuff like that, so he's actually the driver. But Perry has no responsibility other than being Perry, which means he's got to react the way, because it's my read. And Perry's, you know, I have my favorite say, fucking Perry. You know, like that.
I'm his Perry.
Right, exactly. So right, but it doesn't. But he realizes that how important nobody can do his job.
Yep.
And he's got to be consistent. Now he does, you know, other things, but it's like it's part of the relationship and a part of everything else.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for coming.
100%.
No, boys, hey, that's the first of whatever else. That's great to be able to be in the BrainJerk Entertainment pillar. Honored to be pillars of community, or whatever you call your show.
Pillar Talk.
Pillar Talk. I love it. I love it. That's fun. And
It's a
you know,
play on
it's just
Pillow
We
Talk
call it,
too. You know.
I know.
We say welcome to the BrainJerk era.
BrainJerk era. I love it.
Yeah.
You know, like you were talking about.
We
something.
call our fan jerk offs.
We're more than just a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking right. How can you not, dude? If you're following a bunch of jerk offs, I'm in.
Yeah, right.
I'm fucking in.
We want to.
Listen, do you know this? There's a line called the grind line. That's the biggest bunch of jerk offs that I've ever fucking met in my life.
Oh, yeah.
Maltby and Draper, and those are the fucking So for sure,
Oh yeah, dude.
I don't even know if they're fucking cool enough jerk offs to be jerk. Maltz is. I gotta see how Mr. fucking Director of Amateur Scouting Chris Draper is. Maltz and Ozzy are in for sure.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, dude, that sounds great, man. We get them on the podcast.
Yeah.
We'll talk to them too. Thank you so much for coming, dude. This was a great episode. Episode 30 it was. You would have been 25 if you would have came last week.
Well, that's okay, dude.
Yeah.
That means you guys are doing it. I'm opposite.
is-
Episode Osgood. I like it.
Yep.
Okay.
That's my boy.
All right.
Synchronicity wave.
This is for
It's all good. Man.
that's episode 30 for you guys. I love every single one of you. I want you to have a great day.